Okay, good morning. So, I'm on my phone because my computer has died. And I don't have enough money to go buy another one. But there's something that's been on my mind, and it's so retarded. And I just can't think of an unretarded way to talk about this. Because it's just so retarded. Like, it's some of the most retarded shit I've ever come across. And, of course, it has to deal with the word retarded. So you can troll people really easy, and it's really, really simple. Like, I don't know what it is about the word retarded, but people have a serious stick up their ass like no other word, and I don't know what it is about it. But you go online, and you'll just be like, oh, somebody wants to pee on their roommate's stuff because they don't like them? What the fuck are they? A cat? Are they a fucking retard? Like, what the hell is going on here? And then you'll get some moron, some imbecile, some retard coming along, and they're just like, do you know that word's offensive? Did I know it was offensive? Well, I'm using it as an insult. So, did I know it was offensive? Insults don't generally work unless it's offensive. Like what the fuck did you expect? And I can't call somebody who's wanting to piss on their roommate's stuff a retard? Like, that's pretty fucking retarded. That's like cat level retarded. Like, and that's a special level retarded because cats do not think the same way as humans. It's like, you gave me wrong food, I pee on everything you own. That's how a cat thinks. It's like, you do something very, very minor, and it's like the cat just thinks you're the worst person on the planet, and that you need piss all over the goddamn place and make everything smell like shit. Cats are evil little bastards. Don't get a cat. I've had cats in the past. They're fine, but it's like, the risk that you're gonna get a little evil little bastard is like, not a good risk. Not in my opinion. So anyway, you get online, you post anything with the word retard in, you'll get 15 of them telling you that it's an offensive term. And it's like, okay, but how is that any more offensive than me telling you that you have a intellectual disability? The point's the fucking the same. You're retard, you're dumb, you have a lack of intelligence. The point of calling somebody a retard is to insult them. Like, no, it's not a medical terminology anymore, but it used to be. Do people even realize what retarded means? Because the word retard means to hamper or to retard growth. It's when you have a mental retardation, and I'm talking about it from the actual medical standpoint, because you can say mental retardation and people will still say that you're being offensive and rude and wrong and horrible and that you're a nasty person. But mental retardation means that you're not developing at a normal rate. The rate at which you're developing mentally has been slowed or hampered or is just not there for some reason, and so you've been retarded. It's the same usage of the word as you would use if you were saying like, oh, this is a flame retardant. This flame retardant retards the development of flames. The word really hasn't changed its actual literal meaning. It's just that when you apply words, and this has happened over and over and over again, so I don't know why people keep trying to change the words, because it's just all going to become insults at some point. But anytime you try to describe somebody who has a lower IQ, who is mentally retarded, and I'm using that in the actual medical sense, so the way that they're developing mentally is actually physically in some way retarded. And I'm not using that as an offensive term, although if you tried to explain that to a liberal, I'm sure that they would act like a fucking retard and tell you that you were insulting somebody. It's one of the dumbest things because you can turn any word into an insult. You can turn mental disability or intellectual disability into an insult. Right now, I believe it's intellectual disability. I don't really fucking even know. You have arguments with people online and they're like, it's not, what did I say? I said something like, mentally disabled or something like that, which intellectual disability I would consider a subset of mentally disabled, because you can have someone who's mentally disabled and have them actually be below the level of mental retardation. Mental retardation's actually not as severe as some of the words in the past. You have like different levels, like to be a retard would to be like somebody under the IQ of like 80. Somebody who was a moron would maybe have an IQ of under like, and I'm probably wrong on where my numbers are, but like somebody who was a moron would be like an IQ of under 60, and then somebody who was an imbecile, and these are all words that were used in medical ways in the past, somebody who was an imbecile, or would probably want to be one of those people who literally do this, like, you see them sometimes, they drool, they can't really do anything for themselves, they don't really have any mental capacity, they're just kind of alive and sitting there. They might have somewhat of a personality, but because they're so mentally retarded to the point of infancy, you're not going to get much out of them. And these were all medical terms that were used in the past that have become insults. And so my point is, they pick this specific word. They pick retard. And they ignore imbecile, they ignore idiot, which was also another word that they used for somebody who had a intellectual disability. It's gonna become an insult to these people. They're gonna tell you at some point that it's offensive to say that somebody has an intellectual disability. Are you intellectually disabled, you piece of shit? Yeah, it's an insult. You can make it an insult. The point is, you're trying to call them low IQ. You're trying to take somebody who is normal and say that they are less than normal, and that's an insult. Yeah. Look, if you came along and you were like, this guy's a fucking autistic bastard, and somebody got mad at you, and then you were like, but he is autistic, how the hell am I supposed to describe him? Like, you can use anything as an insult, and anybody, especially in our virtue signaling, offense taking society, anybody can take offense over the word retard. It does not have to be directed at them. It does not have to be anything to do with them. It doesn't have to be even have any reflection on their life or the people that they know. They probably don't know any actual people who have mental retardation in the medical sense. They don't know any of those people. They just come along and they're like, I'm gonna be offended because the word retarded's offensive. Even though I'm using it as an insult, it's like, no shit. And it's like, they want to control your language. They want to control what you think and what you say. And for some reason, the word retard is top on their list. And here's the thing. I would never call somebody with mental retardation a retard. That's an insult to them. Because retard is such an effective insult for the snowflakes that are getting triggered over here. Like, the word retard needs to be redefined. Like, and this is the last thing I'm going to say on this subject. But the word retard needs to be redefined so that it's not mental retardation anymore. It's emotional and logical retardation. So, you're an emotional retard. You're a logical retard. You're a common sense retard. Like, we need to change the meaning so that it just becomes a pure insult and has nothing to do with people with mental retardation. make it a pure insult. Yep, like the word fuck or something. Although we've changed the word of fuck so much that it's not really an insult anymore. That's another discussion for another day.